I just wanted to back off here a little bit and preface why we're really here. You know, we're here to support the work of CTSI, Correctional Transition Services Inc. Got its start here on the north side on Dowling Avenue. Just a little bit of history, because I think this is important for people to know where this came from. Otherwise, it's like coming in and you're reading the book midway through. CTSI was founded by me. We got off the ground in 2004. The necessary documents were filed with the state to incorporate us as a nonprofit organization. We had no idea from that point what we were going to do and how we were going to do it. But it was born from this. And I you know, it's never far from me. It's never far from me the reason why. Because I come from the same background. My family's mired in the same issues and have been for years. I come from a family of dysfunction, drug and alcohol abuse, incarceration. I grew up in this system from the age of 12 on till I was 18 years old. I cut my teeth in this business as a 14-year-old boy in adult halfway houses. And one of the things, not that this is a, you know, my guiding light necessarily, but one thing that I know has been the reason for my survival is that I was fortunate enough to have been mentored by men and people that cared. Because I didn't have that. And I was seeking that. And I was fortunate. Every step that I made, I was fortunate to find the right people, the right systems, the right environment to give me what I needed at that time. Fast forwarding to CTSI. So when CTSI started, there was no plan how to get this started. But I knew it had to be done. Because we started this also with, not just from my own personal background, but professional background from working with guys, many of those that are in this crowd right now, that we were passing on and opening the doors to back to the streets with really no hope of turning that into a real opportunity for change, something that's sustainable, something that has lately become what we at CTSI believe is what is rightfully yours to begin with. And it takes a mixture and a combination of opportunity, the right people, the right systems, the right time, and the right person, all to interface at the same time. Those are the ingredients for change. And you've got to create that. Programs don't create it. Programs are the structure that do it. But it's fueled by the people. That's where it comes from. So CTSI started. Honestly, very humble beginnings. Very humble beginnings. Literally selling aluminum cans. Relying on the donations of board members and staff. In-kind donation, meaning that essentially people work for free. Until we were able to begin generating some revenue. Knocking on doors and say, this is the way to go. Let's serve the whole man. Let's not serve a piece of this man and put him out the door and declare it over. Because it's not. So since we served at CTSI, when we officially got our start in February 2007, began operating under a Hennepin County contract, we served in excess of 400 men and women. Among those people that we served in this time, and I do mean serve. I do mean serve. Every person that's come through that door we look at it as an opportunity to allow, again, those people to get what's rightfully theirs in life. If we only bring what we have to the table. 400 men to this point, and as the organization has grown, everything just becomes more complex. More complex. Systems that have been needed to keep up, to support the organization, and the structure of the management, the board, all of that has been needed to be enhanced and addressed over time, and it has not. That really leads us up to today. Because, you know, the issue at hand is not that the board has severed their relationship with me, but how is this agency going forward? That's my concern at this point. This work needs to still be done. The work was only just beginning. We've reached a point organizationally where we knew and we validated what it is we do has sustainability. So with that, again, the stakes became higher. Decisions need to be made. Became more complex. I thought I had certain needs that weren't being addressed. The organization is represented by a board of directors that cares about the organization. They have their own position. It just so happens to be different than mine. One of the things that I'm hopeful of is that much like we teach guys like Steve who spoke, Manu who spoke, who come from backgrounds where they settle their disputes differently, and we teach people to resolve their issues differently, that we as the leaders have the same motivation, the same interests, the same desires to use those same interventions to mediate this for the good of everybody involved. So my position here today is this. CTSI is an organization that is on the verge of doing even greater things than it's done to this point. This is what people have strove for. This is what the clients have worked, and the former clients have worked for as well. This is what the staff have labored to get to. And now is a very crucial time. Now is a very crucial time for cooler heads to prevail and for us to be able to talk. And that's my hope here today, that we can do that. I'm appreciative of the things that people say, because I really think that at the end of the day it's about relationships. It's not about the individual service, it's not about the classes, it's not about those types of things, but it's about the relationship, it's about the connection, it's about the trust that is able to be established with people. The name of our program, Day One, for those that don't know, and I'm sure, Carlos, you know this well too, don't you? With your background. You know about that Day One, don't you? Okay? You know when you reach that point in your life. When all those misdeeds and all the things that you used to do. Right? But you also needed at that same time, when you made that decision, when that Day One appeared in your life, that you needed to have those people and those interventions right there. Because that Day One is fleeting. That Day One might not come back the next day. That's something we can put on hold for a week. Okay? And that's the urgency of our business. That's the urgency. People's lives are at stake, their futures and the futures of our communities are at stake. So I just hope that, you know, going from this point forward, that we can continue to work and encourage all parties involved to sit and discuss what's best for the community. Thank you.